All right, thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate you putting this on. Good games, Necros.
Hey, thanks,
Yeah.
coaches.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so we'll quickly add in the coaches for the Warriors and the Rangers, who are pretty much ready to go. So let's get let's get going here and move this tournament on. Get to these finals.
I think I'm ever going to be associated with the word losers from now on.
Oh yeah, see, a lot of people at Tower Dive TV have their memes that they're famous for. I don't really have one yet, but everyone's got their own thing, and yours is already losers.
Well, fantastic. I mean, it could be worse. Could be worse. So, yeah, I like it. I'll take it.
That's good.
What is going on, coaches? How are you doing, K-pop? How's it going, Nate?
Doing
We're
good.
doing all right.
All right, K-pop, you've had a little break. Are you ready?
I think so. My guys had a little chance to stretch and watch the Rangers perform, so we got an idea of what they have to bring to the table.
Have you swapped out anything, or are you keeping it pretty similar to what you did before?
I think we're pretty much going to keep the same core, but we have a few trips up our sleeve.
I'm looking forward to it. We do have that best of 5 coming up in the semifinals, actually. So we might see some cheese. We might see something switched out. I'm looking forward to what we're seeing.
What,
Nate,
best of 5?
This should be
semifinals.
three, I think.
Uh,
We recently slipped because a couple of our guys have worked.
been a million chats going on. It was originally 5, but if it's 3 right now, let me find it.
Right. Well, I do believe it's best of 3 while he verifies that. So, moving on, what what are you really afraid to go up against in these matches, guys? We'll start with the Warriors here. What's really going to bother you about the Rangers team?
I think our worst nightmare right now is going to be that Beastmaster. We've really been strategizing on how to counteract that because I know even myself, I'm struggling a lot trying to take down that build 1v1. So as a team, we've really been brainstorming that.
And how about you, Rangers coach? What do you think about the Warriors team that's really going to be scary for your team?
I only saw the Warrior Necro game just for a little bit, and I saw some longbows in there, and I saw a lot of great swords. So I'm nervous there's going to be a lot of pin downs and a lot of 100 blades on top of my Rangers outfit.
100 blades is always a scary thing. What do we have? So it is best of 3. You guys are right. I haven't been able to follow our chat too close here. So only 3 games. Maybe we can see, some cheese, maybe some legit strategies. I'm looking forward to seeing this match a lot. The Rangers were a little tankier. The Warriors, we have tanky Warriors. We got Titan back in the game, but they also have a good mix of power and damage as well. If you win, I'm going to start with you, K-pop. If you win, who would you like to see in the finals? I don't think it's got there yet, if I'm correct.
Out of Ellies and Guardians?
Elementalists and Guardians, who would you rather fight?
So I've been thinking about this a lot, actually, and I think that with Destruction of the Empowered recently, thank you, Carl, we believe, that we are going to want to face the Ellies because they have a lower health pool, and I think we can get to their Condi a little bit easier than fighting those tanks on those Guardian team.
Absolutely. Either way, you got a lot of boons going on the other team. That damage is definitely going to be increased. That's going to be cool to see. What about you, Nate? Which team would you rather fight? Are you looking forward to fighting, if you win, the Elementalists or the Guardians?
If we win, I'm hoping to see the Guardians. I know that we can all just go trap builds, throw down our traps, and watch the Guardians melt.
That would be great. I'm sorry, Zeus. I love you. I love your Elementalists. But these Guardians have actually put in a ton of practice time. They had about the last 24 hours to kind of meet. And some things happened with some teams. They weren't able to get everyone. But the Guardians have actually been a pretty solid team when it comes to practicing. So I hope to see Guardians versus one of these teams here. And I think we are just waiting on one more Ranger, and we will get the semifinals started off. We went through this question with Mike and Ghibli. K-pop, what are you known for in the Guild Wars 2 community? Are you master on the leaderboards? Do you have a strong team? Kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
So actually, when I started Guild Wars, I started out on the team way back. It was called ATAC, and a lot of them quit since then. But mainly, I've just been going around on solo queue. I guess I'm known for playing my warrior, trying to keep up. You know, it's hard to get a warrior out there back when we had paid tourneys. But I guess I like to think of myself as chasing up on H-Man. So one of these days I'll take him down.
So number 2 warrior North America, gotta take down H-Man. I've kind of been joking, but I'm serious. Let's make a team. It's gonna be called Taking Down H-Man. I mean, it's 2v5, engineer, warrior. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get Filibuster's double pistol thief in there, and we're gonna crush these leaderboards.
I'll be ready.
I'm gonna be so OP.
Nate, how about you? And I was told this earlier by someone else. If I am correct, you're actually known more for World vs. World. Do you want to kind of explain what you're kind of known for?
I wouldn't say I'm known for World vs. World. I haven't done too much. The only reason I could see that happening is I made a fiery greatsword build a while back, and I would just run around on Ranger with like 12-second invulns, 10 seconds of straight quickness, and just tear people up. But I think I'm more known for using longbow greatsword on Ranger at the top levels. It's just not a weapon combo you usually see.
I actually want to throw something out there. If you made that popular, I actually have a deep hatred for everyone that followed you. I'm just kidding. But if anyone's played against that build before and they were not ready for it, the longbow damage can be insane. I was playing against it the other day, and I was just walking towards a point, and I just got obliterated within seconds. Like, even dodging, I blew all my cooldowns. I was just dead. It was ridiculous. So thanks, Nate. No, just kidding. I love seeing new builds. It's something I love about this game, the diversity. So I actually appreciate you. And even our engineer last game kind of running builds that aren't super popular and still just really doing good in solo queue, on the leaderboards, and normal tournament games. All right. Still just waiting on one Ranger. Do you know what's going on with that, Nate?
I'm not too sure. I can go ask really quick.
Yeah, if you could see what's going on with that, that way we could get them in here, get the games going. I'd definitely.
Is that Ranger a little error?
I don't know. If that is, we just need to get them switched over to red team, and then we'll be set. All right, guys. Well, we have a little downtime. Again, if you're just joining us, Filibuster, if you want to take that away.
All right. For those of you just joining us, my name is Filibuster Fox, and I'm from Tower Dive TV. Today, my co-host, Android, a stalwart representative of the community of Guild Wars 2 PvP. Say hello, Android.
How's it going, guys?
And this is the SOAC tournament here. It's a profession tournament where all the teams are the same class. So you'll see the Necromancer team versus the Engineer team, the Warriors against the Rangers, which is the case in this one, etc. like that until we get to the finals. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, Tower Dive TV is primarily a League of Legends casting thing, but we are looking at expanding over towards Guild Wars 2, and this is certainly a good start for us. And it's a great looking tournament, a great growing scene for esports, and we're very excited about its prospects, and we're happy to give it an opportunity to help grow. Our partners, LOL Pro, are a fantastic partner. So if you do play League of Legends and you need to see some guides or anything like that, be sure to check out lolpro.com. Sean, if you'll go ahead and mention the Guild Wars sign up people.
Absolutely, guys. Guild Wars 2, if you're just trying to get into the game or you have been playing it for a while, we do have a great tournament and structured PvP community over at reddit.com/r/GW2esports. We have daily build discussions. We can help you find team. It's a great place to go. Subscribe to it if you can. And we even have a new guild with Guild W2 Esports where... GW2 Esports, where you can join our guild there. You can meet new people. You can kind of meet the people that are really good at playing this game as well. Kind of learn from them, team up with them. It's really good. And also, if you guys are not aware or not following it yet, MLG Seraph does these great casting, learning YouTube videos called... one second, I actually have it right here. Something Stomps. It's the server stomps. He goes into pubs, he casts them, you can learn a lot, and his next one's actually at 11 a.m. If you want to watch at 11 a.m. Pacific, I believe. He's actually in chat if he wants to put the right time. You guys should definitely go watch that. It's fantastic. Quick word of thanks to our sponsors and people helping us run it. SOAC Sitting on a Couch Gaming put this tournament on. Tower Dive TV is helping us to run the tournament. And then quick thanks to IntoTheMist.com, Guild Wars 2 Guru, and to Maker for helping us promote this game, promote this tournament as well as the game, and lending us these custom arenas to do these matches in.
Absolutely. Well, coaches, thank you very much. It looks like we've got the full teams up. Are your teams ready to go pretty much?
Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
All right.
Oh,
well,
everyone's here. Oh, wait. Actually, I'm taking a slot on my side here. It looks like one of my warriors might have slipped out. Let me double check. I need to get a hold of Titan.
Oh, we do not want to miss Titan.
Oh, you don't need Titan.
I need Titan. I want to have my camera.
Back.
I want to have my camera on him the whole game, because he'll never die. I can just keep it there. He's never gonna die. I don't have to switch to someone else.
I'm super excited to watch Shadow Shooter, because he had a really good showing in the last matches with
can we see if he switched that out yet?
He did not.
He did not. I actually, no one. I don't know if anyone's let him know. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna let him know. Oh no! Titan's in the game. That's just started. He cannot switch it out.
All right, coaches. Thank you. Good luck.
What's wrong with my ranger?
He doesn't have a rune in his shoulders. You can change it after this game. Thanks,
I'll
Nate.
let him know.
All right. So here we go. Right into the match once again. We are joined on, what's the name of this match once again here?
This is the Force of Nephil. So 3 caster points, 2 buffs on a 3-minute cooldown that do give 25 points on last hit, as well as 50 points or 50 stat points to every person on your team.
Okay, so the Rangers are immediately onto their buff over in the top right of the map, and the Warriors are right up onto the keep and the henge, the mine being taken by one of the Rangers as well. But let's see if they're going to be able to get Titan off of this center point, since they got to take it first. Titan and Danny Kong are going to be very implacable here. They've got that sniper up on the ridge right above Parmesan Stick, ready to root them for that great maul that Titan has. And the engage has begun. Authoridge right into the fight there. And Titan right with the maul onto his face. The buff still not picked up by the Warriors there. May leave an opportunity for the Rangers to go pick that up later on here. But the main focus is on this middle point here. A lot of fighting happening outside. So this point just keeps switching hands here.
And they're trying to get Titan off that point, but he says, nope, I am not leaving that. I am going to stomp you guys.
And despite 2 of them already down for the Rangers, but despite not having taken their own buff, the Warriors are already leading in points by about 15. And that's a pretty good start considering that early boost that the Rangers had gotten from taking their own buff.
And that's something typical, I think we're seeing. They knew they were tanky. They knew they might not be able to kill the Rangers once they got on that node. So they just wanted to get it. Titan knows he's not going to die. So he's like, I'm going to go there. I'm going to sit on here. If you want to kill me, you're going to have to send your whole team after me.
And over at Henge, we've got Mortel and Kinsu Jin attempting to take that point back from the back of the Warriors. We've got Professor Chops there to make it stop happening if he can there. Kensu doing a good job of kiting him around throughout that point here. Meanwhile, there is a fight going on nearby with Miser Lord doing taking a lot of damage from Shadow Shooter there, the 5-rune wonder, who is refusing to really give Miser Lord a chance to heal up, but Miser Lord goes right in to finish off Kensu Jin in the point. Here's Shadows to try and finish off Miser Lord before he can get the stomp on. Here comes the stomp from Danny Kong. There he goes. Kensu Jin is down. That leaves Shadow Shooter all alone against 3 from the blue team here, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble in this situation. If he can hold them off here, though, that'll give his team an advantage elsewhere, as Miser Lord very, very low. Meanwhile, up in the midpoint, Titan just fighting right there alongside Mortel. Storm Rage is down nearby, and Parmesan Steak is doing a good job supporting Titan there. Rotted Rangers come up to enter into the fight as well, but it looks like Titan is just going to sit on the point and be incredibly tanky as usual and see if he can keep them from taking this. Warriors are off to a good start, leading by about 70 points. Shadow Shooter did end up dying back at the henge, and the fight just continues to be focused around the keep, trying to push Titan off of here. Titan and Parmesan Steak doing their best to keep the enemy away from this. Mortel is down and vulnerable to a stomp. Here it comes, Titan going in for the stomp, but he's interrupted. Is Daniel Kong going to be able to finish it off, or are they just going to auto-attack him down? Oh, here comes the stomp, and down goes Mortel, securing the point in the favor of the blue team, the Warriors taking that early advantage.
Just another note about Shadow Shooter. That 6th rune he is missing is the 6 set bonus for the undead set. 5% of toughness becomes condition damage. Calculated, he is losing about 420 condition damage. Almost a third of his total condition damage. So once we get that switched out next game, we might be seeing a completely different Shadow Shooter.
He's absolutely devastating as he is now, but unfortunately his team is getting knocked around by these really big tanky guys here. Kensu and Shadow Shooter trying to take Henge still. Anthridge is down. They're not going to be able to stomp him, but they're not going to have a chance to revive him either. Here comes Parmesan Stick into the fight. Kensu Jin is down, and he's in danger of getting stomped here. Here comes the stomp, and it's interrupted, but the revive is going down onto Miser Lord, who will hopefully get back up here. A lot down from either side, but everyone coming back up. Kensu Jin is finally dead. All of the Warriors have gotten back up, and Shadow Shooter's in a lot of trouble as he's in a 1-on-4 situation right here. Meanwhile, up in the top, Titan just standing 1-on-1 against someone whose name isn't appearing. There's Mortel just trying to take this point, but he's not going to have much luck against Titan 1-on-1. But here comes Anthridge Storm Rage to turn the tides of this fight. Shadow Shooter still holding on to this point here, contesting this extraordinarily well. And the Warriors are having to send so many resources to try to get him off of the henge.
And then just to kind of show you what Titan is made of, this guy has 3,000 armor, which is incredible. He's got 23,000 health. So if you can even get him down his heals, he does have a cleric amulet, which increases healing power. So his heal is healing him for quite a lot. And his elite skill is the battle standard. It's got a long cooldown of 4 minutes, but when you drop it, it revives everyone around you. So if they can't kill this guy and they kill other people, he's just gonna bring them back anyway.
Absolutely terrifying stalwart Titan there, holding this midpoint against 3 of the enemy. Parmesan Stick finally coming back to help out, and it looks like they're winning this fight. Mortel is down and bleeding out. Anthridge is about half health. Titan taking a lot of damage too, but hey, they come up right behind Parmesan Stick and take him down very, very quickly. Titan's in a lot of trouble, and it looks like he's having to disengage here. Fortunately, the rest of the Warriors team is here to make something happen from it. There goes the battle stand, or the war banner there, and the banner of Disciple, both down and ready to turn the tide of this fight, giving them a little bit of stat boost there. Kensu Jin in a lot of trouble here in the middle of the point. Anthridge Storm Rider already dead there and just reviving now. Looks like the Warriors are going to be able to take this point. Mine still held by the red team, and of course Henge now taken by Shadow Shooter, taking out Miser Lord. Rotted Ranger coming to help out. There's no contestion here from the blue team down in the henge. That's going to give the Rangers a bit of a chance to come back here. They haven't quite taken the point yet, still contested, and here comes the blue team to try to fight them off. Shadow Shooter, Mortel, and let me switch to the cameras here since they're hiding behind pillars. There we go. Okay, that's not much better, but looks like Miser Lord is back into the fight. Daniel Kong and Professor Chops all trying to fight Mortel, Shadow Shooter, and Rotted Ranger off of this. Shadow Shooter is already dead. Looks like Mortel is bleeding out, and there's a lot of danger here. A lot of damage going down onto them. Rotted Ranger looks like he's trying to get out, but Parmesan Stick is chasing him down. Are they going to be able to pick him up? Miser Lord and Parmesan Stick. Meanwhile, Titan just in that midpoint, holding it consistently for the Warriors, keeping that in the fight here. All the contestation is going at Henge, but every fight in mid is just going for Titan. Just say, I'm going to stay here for a while and keep you from taking this. A couple of birds on him, bugging him out, but, you know, he's quite fine right there. Rotted Ranger did go down there. All of the blue team is up, and here comes Miser Lord and Parmesan Stick to turn the tide in the favor of Titan here. Titan jumps right in onto Kensu Jin, and Anthridge Storm Rider caught in the middle of the 3 of the blue members, and they're going to be doing as best they can to hit them with these big, unwieldy weapons. This Archer just poking from the back here. You think that the red team's going to have a chance of taking this point away with Titan here with the help of Miser Lord?
He's almost low. If they did chase him, if they did a little better microing with this pets, they might have actually been able to take down Titan. If you do look, we actually have both buffs up right now. If Rangers could take down Titan, maybe grab the midpoint, and then both buffs, it would definitely set them back in this game.
Unfortunately, they are 130 points behind at this point. They really need to make something happen soon before this slowly ticks up in favor of the Warriors, and they come out with this first win of this best of 3.
And this
here-
has been... Oh,
The stomp onto Anthridge. Down he goes. And Kensujin is dead as well. That leaves only 3 remaining. All of them are up here for the Rangers, contesting this middle point. 4 from the Warriors here, and that's going to give them both the numbers advantage plus the Titan advantage. Just completely unable to lose the point here. The respawns are coming. They're going to try and hold this as contested for as long as possible, but the longer this fight goes out, the worse off the Rangers are, as it's only 56 points left for Blue to take the win. They've taken the middle point, but Henge has gone down once again to the back door from Shadow's shooter. Professor Chaps seeing if he can do something about it, but Shooter's such a dominant player in this match that he's going to have a lot of trouble 1v1ing him.
And we are going to see so many bunker Warriors following Titan's build after this game. It is going to be ridiculous.
Yes, Titan.
These Rangers are coming in, and they're just not doing anything to these guys.
Yes, Titan very, very immobile. Just constantly on this point. I could want him on my team if I were playing a team. You know, my double pistols. No problem at all. Titan, a great front wall. It's like having a freaking building there on the point. And
You know what? Rangers may be a slight mistake right now. They have the side nodes. If they would have gotten those earlier, left Titan alone, and those buffs are still up. If they would have been getting these buffs, getting them on cooldown, they would have had such a better chance to be in the lead right now.
Yeah, but if they manage to get another kill, there's the stomp. That leaves only 18 points left for the blue team to take this first victory here. It looks almost in the bag. Only 100 points to go for the red team, but it's not going to be quite enough. They did pick up 25 off the butt. Shadow Shooter went ahead and took that in the back. There is recontesting the Henge here to make sure the blue team doesn't get it back, but there's only 5 points left to get 4 until the blue takes the win. 3 and 2, if they can hold this point just a little longer, they're going to win 1 more point. They've almost got this, and the first game goes to the blue team. The Warriors winning 500 points to 422. A fairly close game. The red team did a fantastic job of backdooring, contesting the Henge the whole time, and actually winning this 2 points to 1 later on, but they spent too much time trying to get Titan off of this middle point. As you said, they may have been better off going for the buffs, maintaining the hold on the outer points, and just leaving Titan alone in the mid, and just try to pick up the kills with concentrated force. Then, if Titan ever left, they may have been able to take advantage of that from there.
Well, we are going into a best of 3 Legacy of the Foe Fire, so if they could use that strategy on this map, try and hold Waterfall, try and hold Quarry, when Titan sits in Graveyard, they might have a lot better chance of winning this game right here.
We saw something similar in the Engineer match where they continued to force the fight at Waterfall to take core and basically have it uncontested and just leave a fight for the point at Graveyard. If the Rangers managed to pull off something like that, like the Engineers did to them, of course, ultimately it didn't work out for the Engineers, but that may be the way to get around this wall that is Titan.
Alright guys, and if you are new to the stream, we're going to go over this map. Again, this is Legacy of the Foe Fire. This is the biggest Guild Wars 2 PvP map available at the moment. It features one of the biggest capture points at mid with Graveyard, and it's got Waterfall in the upper left corner and Quarry in the bottom right corner. Each base has a Lord, which is essentially a PvE boss that does lots of damage and has a lot of health. It is surrounded by 2 caster guards that can actually heal him, 2 melee guards that do quite a lot of damage, and you do have to break down a gate with attacks to make it into the base. Killing that buff usually takes 2 to 3 people, and it can reward you with 150 points when you kill it. A lot of times what we'll see is, and it hasn't been the case tonight, is when people get around 350 points and they're doing well or not doing well, they'll actually rush the Lord, kill him, and it can lead to some clutch victories.
We saw a bit of an attempt on that from the Engineers earlier, but it didn't work out for them. They didn't have the concentrated force needed to take that fight. Now, for those of you joining us a little late, my name is Filibuster Fox, and I'm from Tower Dive TV. Today joined by Android.
Absolutely, guys. Shout out while we're waiting right here. We're going to thank SOAC Sitting on a Couch Gaming for putting this tournament together. Tower Dive TV for producing this and helping us out to promote it. And then a shout out to Into the Myths, a shout out to Guild Wars 2 Guru and to Maker for helping us lend us their custom arenas to do this tournament, as well as helping us to get the word out there for the tournament as well.
You can follow Tower Dive TV at www.towerdive.tv, or you can come check us out on Twitter at Tower Dive TV. Myself, I'm on Twitter at FilibusterFox. Android, what's your Twitter?
Twitter at Sean Buell. I'm going to type that in chat for you. I know you might not be able to spell it, so it is right there. You could also find us at towerdive.tv. That's the website, right? I'm sorry.
Yes, towerdive.tv. And of course, you can check on videos on demand. These will hopefully get onto the YouTube channel fairly soon. And it will be at youtube.com/towerdivetv. So pretty soon here, we'll be getting into the next match, which is the second of the best of three between the Warriors in the blue and the Rangers on the red team. The Warriors took the first match, so they are 1-0 here. So the next match, if the Warriors manage to take it, will go on to the finals against the winner of the other semifinal bracket, which is up between the Guardians and I believe the Elementalists, correct?
Yes, and the Elementalists they are in the lead right now. I believe they are 1-0 against the Guardians. So if things keep going how they're going, we might see some upsets, but it could be an Elementalist Warrior finals. The great thing about this is Warriors have always been known as the weakest class in the game. So it is great to see these Warriors doing work. They have been doing phenomenal. Titan is unkillable, and then we also have we have Professor Chops, we have Miser Lord. They are doing so much damage just by roaming around the map together and landing those Charge Frenzy 100 blades. It's just taking people out.
All right. And over in the blue base, we've got the Warriors just dancing, celebrating their early win and the fact that they're proving they are not the worst class around in 5-on-5, all of the same class matchups. But we will see if they can manage to maintain their winning streak. They're now 3-0 in this tournament, having gone 2-0 against the Necromancers originally. And the Rangers are now 2-1 in the tournament, going 2-0 against the Engineers prior to coming to this match.
So it looks like there's going to be a quick break. One of the Warriors is having a little bit of problems. I hope Shadow Shooter is switching out his runes. We're going to bring in the coaches for a mid-game discussion.
Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and show on cam the builds there while we talk to the coaches. The Soldier build, so very powerful on Titan.
Waiting one
Hello,
second.
hello.
Hey, how's it going,
Hello
K-Pop?
once again.
We're feeling pretty good right now.
I'm sure you are. Wait,
Hello.
how's it going, Nate?
Pretty good. My pride's a little hurt after that last match.
I gotta ask, K-Pop, was that your main strategy for this map? Did you guys say, hey, let's rush mid, let's not touch buff, once we once we get Titan on this middle point, he's not gonna die and we'll keep it the whole game? Was that kind of going through your mind?
So initially I figured, if we can control that mid, we can win this game because they can't remove boons, and we're a boon team.
That was a fantastic game. I gotta ask you a question. Did you make Titan's build, or is that his own personal build?
So Titan and I went through a couple iterations. It actually started out as a hammer mace warhorn, and then after a little discussion, we decided to switch over to the sword and switch to a shout healing. And we have Dengi instead of playing out banner build since he was a little bit more comfortable with that.
And so, did you mean to run it as a bunker? I mean, he's also doing massive damage. I've seen his hammer hit for over 2,000 damage. But did you mainly set this up as a bunker build?
So when I approached this build, I was thinking, what's the closest thing we can get to a Guardian? And the hammer first comes to mind. Obviously, those Guardian hammers are pretty clutch. And then we needed that Condi conversion, so the Warhorn. And we just built around those two weapons, and the utilities were all him.
Absolutely. If you guys have time, if you and Titan want to, if you go to intothemist.com, use that calculator, not necessarily tonight, but in any time, if you could grab that build, throw it on reddit.com/r/GW2esports, name it Titan to Titan, I'm sure people would absolutely love that.
Oh, definitely. We can discuss it a little bit if you want to. Now, the reason we've been having so much success with this build is because we've been going up against Condi teams. I'm pretty sure that against direct damage, this build will struggle a little bit more because the regen off the banners and the shouts just really doesn't cut direct damage like protection or retaliation would do.
And then the Cleric Amulet, is that something normal that we see on Warriors? Or I personally usually see Berserker. Are you using that simply for the heal and the utility and the power? Or what was the idea behind that?
The Clerics, we wanted to get as much healing as we could out of the shouts, but we still wanted him to be able to hit people. And Guardian Hammer still hit pretty hard, so we thought, Clerics is probably a good choice. And actually, I don't know if you guys went over the traits. You see that Reckless Dodge is in there. We want to make sure he's getting that damage on dodge rolls since that's such a critical part of the build, building up all that vigor.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, guys. While we're waiting for this game, we're actually going to have James Offerman, the owner of SOAC, sitting on a couch gaming. He's going to come on and share a couple words for us. Thanks a lot, coaches. See you in game in 1 second.
Good luck. Now, I just want to point out that Shadow Shooter has indeed corrected that rune issue. He now has a rune on his shoulder, so hopefully we can see that turn the tide of these fights and maybe go into a third match here.
Shadow Shooter MVP match 2. You heard it here first. Let's look for it. How is it going, James?
You know what? It's going amazing, man. This is even better than I thought it would be. I'm pretty pumped about everything that's happened and that Tower Dive was able to come in and really take this thing off. I mean, you guys are incredible. I keep jumping back between the two streams, and so it's been fun. I'm actually surprised the Warriors are doing this well. It blew me away.
Hey, you and me both.
See, now the funny thing is, in our first tournament, the Warriors did do the best again, and so I think it's just the way they synergize. And it's the same guys from the first tournament we had about a month ago that are in this one, except a couple of quick switches. So, but all in all, it's going well, man. I'm really excited about this and about everything that we're trying to do over here. I mean, we've had a great time, and this all started because we wanted to. We eventually started off, with just our podcasts, and we thought, it would be great to do a tournament for all our podcast fans. For those of you who are listening and don't know this, we have several great podcasts at SOAC Gaming. We have Butt of Corpse, which is our necro-focused one. We have the Mesmerize, which is our mesmer-focused. We have Consecrated, which is the Guardian-focused one. In fact, that's where we met a lot of these top tournament player guys. And then we have Arrow to the Knee, which is the Ranger-focused one. And we just started what's the last podcast? We just started an Engineer one called an Engenius. And then the Elementalists are about to start one with Zeus. None other than Zeus, who's actually captaining the team. He's going to be headlining that podcast. So it's been a fun ride. So our whole goal was just to bring in our fans and let them enjoy playing the professions and get all these guys who hadn't played before. And it just, which is why we see a lot of interesting play choices and in the styles in which they play. So it's been a lot of fun watching, and I appreciate you guys doing this shoutcast. It's amazing.
No, it's been an awesome time.
I really have to put it out there. You did a great job of getting this tournament together in basically the last 48 hours. Everything went from basically 0 to what it is now with these 2 streams going. We've been having a consistent about 250 viewers on this channel. I hear the other channels at about 1,000. So when the audiences combine, we should be pretty big.
1,000?
Oh, not 1,000.
Oh.
That was the Team Paradigm stream earlier.
Okay.
The Team Paradigm versus.
They're doing about 150 to 170.
Well, there you go. That's good too. But hey, it's a good success. This is Tower Dive TV's first look really into the esports scene at Guild Wars 2. And so far, we're pretty impressed. It's got a lot of backing from the community. You put this together so fast, and it's got a great response here. And, I mean, there's a lot of enthusiasm, and it's actually a lot of fun to cast. I never really played much Guild Wars 2. I made it to level 18 in PvP, and my whole experience with PvP was rage quitting because I couldn't go double pistol Rapif.
Because I'm a jerk. Android's a jerk. Yeah.
But, yeah, I got a quick overview yesterday, so I know basically what's going on. And I'm learning so much from this, and just this game is looking fantastic, and I'm very excited to see this esports scene grow. And I'm looking forward to Tower Dive TV working with you guys in the future as well.
Yeah, I mean, what's really exciting about the whole thing is that these aren't even the professional players. Like, these aren't the really good guys, and the games are still awesome. Like, it's a lot more fun to watch than I thought. I mean, there are other games, you guys do some of them that, but it's a lot more fun than I thought it would be to watch. I don't watch a lot of streaming, but these games have been pretty cool. I can't wait to watch the pros do some actual tournaments, where they kind of move up the ranks and the brackets, and it'll be. It's pretty awesome. So,
and then just a couple things I wanted to talk about real quick. Just to let everyone know watching this stream right here, like Filibuster said, I mean, he's been doing fantastic. This guy has not played Guild Wars 2 since September. I was asked to stream by James here, and Filibuster, he's been a friend of mine for probably a year or two on League of Legends now. We played, we've talked. And so he's really my only caster friend. I let him know about it. He was pretty excited. So this guy is casting. He hasn't even played Guild Wars in months. So I want to go ahead and throw that out there.
Conversely, though, Android's been big into it for a very long time. If you're not familiar with him, you should be. Go ahead and check out the Guild Wars 2 competitive Reddit. What's the slash code for that?
It's /GW2 Esports. We do daily discussions there. And we actually just launched a guild today to actually celebrate our 1,000 subscriber mark, which was pretty awesome to hit last night. So, and then another thing I wanted to point out, James, this tournament, I mean, you've kind of been planning it for a while, but most of what's happening, 95% of what we're seeing today, has actually come together in the last 48 hours.
Yeah, it was just supposed to be a couple of guys with who were it was just our guys. We had 30 guys sign up. It was just gonna be a friendly little thing. We were do a lot of gimmicks, do a couple matches, and then everyone goes home. And then I get a hold of you guys, say, hey, here's a great way for you guys to practice, and then it just snowballed from there because Tower Dive TV came in. And she your boss here, Filibuster, came in and she gave me like this list of things I needed to do.
I remember I was in the call. Lunette the Herald came right in, took over.
I had no idea what to say, and it turned it from just this little. I was telling my girlfriend earlier that I started off as just this little friendly game, and then it became like this really awesome event with all these the real good players, the tourney guys volunteering to coach the teams, and that made it even better than what it was before, and it just keeps growing from there. And it's been amazing, and I don't even know what to say anymore. Now I'm watching it, it's like, watching my baby grow up, it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot, James. We actually have everyone in game and ready to play. I appreciate you coming on.
In the Ellie's, just so you guys know right now.
Well, so is it 1-1?
It just about to. It was 385 to 275 in game 2. Guardians are up on the Ellie's.
Because that's what I want to see. I love Zeus and I love as Elementalist, but I want to see the Guardian Warrior fight in the end. That is my match that I want to see more than anything else. So, sorry, Zeus. I mean, if you upset him, I'd love to see you there too. But the Guardians is where I'm at right now.
All right, I'll let you guys get going. And just so everyone's aware, after this match, the consolation game will all be played on SOAC Gaming to give these guys a chance to either do whatever they want to do before the final tournament game. So, which is a best of 5. The finals are a best of 5. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay?
Hey, thanks, James, for joining us.
No, thank you guys. You're awesome.
Just to give you guys another reminder, during that final game coming up, after the consolation games, we're going to have the best of 5 finals, and then we will be doing some awesome gem giveaways as well. So if you want to look awesome like my Guardian and rock that Primeval set, you're going to have multiple chances of winning 1,200 gems. If you want to look like my Engineer with that Crichton set, you could also have that. So, or if you just want a cool backpack, maybe some dice, you're going to be able to have a chance to get those too.
So, to reiterate, so everyone's clear, after the results of this best of 3, the streams are going to kind of consolidate on the second stream. We'll give you a link so you can go watch the third place matches and whatever else we have left on there. Once those finish up, it'll be back to Tower Dive TV for the best of 5 finals, with whoever wins this against whoever ends up winning the best of 3 on the other semifinals. And it will be absolutely fantastic. As you said, we'll be giving away stuffs. And, for a second there, I thought it said how to wing giveaway. I was like, oh, we're having wings? Oh, I love wings. Some hot wings to give away. But no, to win the giveaways, we'll give you more details when that comes up. During the break, we're going to have a little talk time, but for the most part, we'll be taking a break, watching how the third place matches go. Well, this channel will mainly be just, playing some music while we wait on the finals to go. For the most part, we'll see if we end up doing something after our interview with the coaches from this match. But for the most part, we'll probably take a quick break to be ready for that best of 5. For those of you who may have joined us late, my name is Filibuster Fox, and I'm from Tower Dive TV. Today, joined by Android, a longtime community member from Guild Wars 2. And here we are, about to begin the second match of the best of 3 between the Blue Team Warriors and the Red Team Rangers. The Warriors leading 1-0 at this time. If they take this match, they take the semifinals and go right on to face the finals.
All right, Filibuster. I want to see Shadow Shooter. He has that 6th rune now. I want to see the damage he can put out. I want to see what he's going to be able to do at this point in this game over at Waterfall.
We've already got one person going to contest the Waterfall. It's Shadow Shooter. He's going to go try and go onto this Waterfall while the rest of the team goes towards Quarry and Graveyard. He's 1-on-2 right now. Professor Chops and Majorlor are going to try to hold him off this point, but he's got 6 runes now. Let's see what he can do in a 2v1 situation here, and if he can hold off this point. He's doing a lot of damage to Chops right now. And Red Team finally picked up the Quarry. Blue Team did pick up the Waterfall here, but it is currently contested. And the big fight's going to go down in Graveyard while Shooter tries and fix this 2v1 here and do this. Dini Kong already down and dying. He's dead and already down completely. That's a dead Dini Kong in the mid lane there. Titan doing his best to hold this point against the Rangers here, who are coming in strong early on into this match. They're having a great early showing. Anthridge Storm Rider in a dangerous position here. Very, very low. Titan just trying to catch up to him, but having so much kite all around, he's just surrounded by Rangers all over the place.
And look at this 4v1 right now. It is taking 4 Rangers to even have a chance at taking him down, and it's taking quite a while.
And now he's got some help coming. He's fighting to survive here. Is he going to be able to come back from this right here and be able to stay into this fight? He's got some help coming from Danny Kong and Professor Chops, and Majorlord are holding off the enemies. Looks like we'll have Parmesan Steak back at the Waterfall here, or is he coming up? No, here's Parmesan Steak. They've got all 5 warriors in the mid lane here. They need to get Titan up so they can really take this point.
Titan is up!
And back up, not going anywhere. You can't knock him down. He gets up again, and he's really going to stay and punch you with a hammer.
And just to point that out, Titan actually downed Anthrage when he was downed. So that was fantastic play by Titan.
Rotted Ranger taken down by Titan here in the mid. Shadow Shooter is here fighting on the Mushlord in the back. Got a lot of action going down. So much happening here in this midpoint here. Waterfall taken by Blue and the Quarry by Red. Still indeed held into those points. It's all about the Graveyard here, and Blue Team takes the Graveyard. They've already got a slight advantage in points. It's continued to grow, and it's going to be so hard for the Red Team to force Titan off of this point. You've seen it. He was 4v1ing for so long, plenty of time for his entire team to come back and help him, and it's just going to be continuing to be so very hard for the Rangers to knock him off this point.
And I was really hoping the Rangers would learn. That Quarry is completely uncontested right now. They could, they actually own that, sorry. Waterfall, that's where they should put the pressure. They need to stop fighting Titan, and they need to go take that Waterfall.
Well, it looks like they've got a little action heading that way. Kinshu Jin and Rod Ranger, they're fighting Majorlord, but here comes Professor Chops to even up the fight. And here's Danny Kong as well. He's going to come right in, and he's going to go right in on Kinshu Jin and force him out of the circle. Now it's a 3-on-2 up there at the Waterfall, which of course leaves Titan outnumbered in the mid if Rangers decide to go for it. After Storm Rage is there 1-on-1 with Titan. No one else. Oh, wait, no, there's a little bit of help from a pet there. But really, it's just a 1-on-1, and that's not going to accomplish anything for Anthridge. He's not going to be able to take out Titan on his own. Majorlord's in a lot of trouble, and he gets stomped right there. That's, oh, no, he got up from the stun. It wasn't actually a successful stomp. So still a 3v2. Rotted Ranger is dead nearby, but it leaves Kinsu Jin and Le Chateau Mortel 2v4 here. Parmesan Stick now getting into the fight. Titan staying 1v1 here in the mid here. Oh, he's got another help. Shadow Shooter is here. Take him down.
1v2 right there.
Oh, he's going to get stomped here. Is he going to be able to defend himself? And stomp. Titan finally goes down. Anthro Storm Rage getting up the stomp on him. Shadow Shooter and Anthro Storm Rage managing to take that midpoint away from the blue team because Titan was left alone for just a little bit too long, but they did manage to retake the waterfall there. They're going to have a good time getting Professor Chops and Parmesan Steak to retake this point here while they continue to contest this back point at the waterfall. This gives 2 points to 1 for the Rangers, but they're still falling behind in points because they're taking a lot more deaths. That was Titan's first death of the match. They're going to get a lot more points, but Miser and Chops both very low, both in a lot of danger, and down goes Chops. Miser in a lot of trouble. Dini Kong is dead as well now. Miser manages to get back up here, but he's in a lot of trouble in a 2v1 situation here. Oh, Dini Kong is still alive, hanging in there if he can get back up, if he can get revived or head out. And nope, Dini Kong did get stomped, and he is out of this fight. Miser is alone defending the waterfall. He's a little stuck on terrain there, not quite able to get back up against Mortel there, but it's one-on-one up there. Anthony Storm Raid very low, holding on to this midpoint here. Titan is
that
back.
100 blades is destroying Mortel right now. But Miser Lord does go down at Waterfall.
Yeah, hopefully he will be able to hold on long enough for some help to come. It looks like no help is coming. He's going to be taken down pretty well here unless he can get him while fighting to survive. Oh, he's up again. He comes back up, and Mortel's in the one in trouble now. He's going down. He's fighting to survive, and here comes a stomp from Miser Lord. It's interrupted, but here's Danny, and another stomp, and bam! Mortel is dead, and they secure the point there. Professor Chops is going in for the quarry down in the bot lane. We've got Roger Ranger and Shadow Shooter trying to hold him off, and here comes Parmesan Sticks to try and knock them down a little bit with his bow there and get him in a position where Chops can do some good damage, but Chops is just backing off a little bit here, maybe looking to heal up before he comes back into the fight. Shadow Shooter doing tons of damage. Down goes Professor Chops. Shadow Shooter in a dangerous situation. He's going to try for the stop. Is he going to get it? And no, Professor Chops is back up, and Shadow Shooter denied the stomp there, taking a lot of damage in the attempt. Shadow Shooter very, very low here, but Parmesan Stick and Triton now fighting for this quarry. They've given up on the graveyard, it looks like. They're going for the quarry now. They've got the waterfall secure. They're going for a bit easier point. And what do you think is going to come from this, Signdroid?
Right now, this game is so close. Warriors do need to get that mid resecured, get Titan back on that mid node. Once he's there, he just needs a little backup. He can't 1v4 forever, and that's really all they need to get back in this game. If Rangers can hold it, though, keep a couple people at mid so they can't take it back, and they're able to hold either Quarry or Waterfall. Rangers are going to have a great chance at winning this right here.
Well, it looks like Professor Chops is getting a stomp on Kensington. No, it goes to Parmesan Stick instead. Oh, no, he gets away just in time, but he's going to die here pretty quickly between the the two remaining ones. It looks like Professor Chops did die in that situation there. Kensington now stomped up, and that point is going to go to the blue team here. Miser Lord trying to fight Anthro Storm Rage in the graveyard here. Miser taking a lot of damage, but here's Parmesan Sticks to help out. He's going to turn against the Storm Rage right here in the mid lane. Miser doing a lot of damage as he comes in, but he goes down himself. He's fighting to survive. Anthorage is fighting to survive. Roger Ranger has come to help, but Miser Lord is completely dead. Parmesan Sticks gets out of there before it goes against him as well. Fighting over in the waterfall, we have Dini Kong and Professor Chops continuing to defend this point against Mortel and Shadow Shooter. Shadow Shooter doing so much damage now that he's got his roots fixed up. I mean, he used tons before. Are they going to be able to get the stop on there? And not quite. Oh, Dini Kong does go down. Back, meanwhile, at the quarry, Roger Ranger trying to fight Parmesan Stick and Titan, but is not going to have any luck there. We'll go back over to the waterfall and see if Red Team can take it away there and get the point lead back in an extent. They are winning by about 15 points. It's a very close game. They're getting very, very close to the point where one of these teams can go for the Lord and take the win here with the 150 points as soon as one of them gets close or hits the 350 point mark there. And there goes Waterfall. Professor Chops goes down, but Danny Kong's back to contest it once again, keeping the red team from being able to fully secure it. Pretty key there. Titan just holding on to the quarry. Miser Lord and Parmesan Stick nearby, but nothing for them to fight. They may be wasting a little bit of time there holding on to that point, or they're just waiting to get to the point where they can go right in and fight the Lord. Titan and Parmesan Stick and Miser Lord should be able to fight it fairly no problem. They're very tanky. They can put a lot of burst damage out. What do you think about what they're attempting to do here?
Right now, we actually have a good chance for the Rangers to get this waterfall back, which would put them at a 2-node advantage and keep them at the lead. Hopefully, maybe, third game this time, still no Lord. We might even see a Lord rush this game.
Indeed, I think that is what the blue team is planning. Red team may try it here as well. They're going right for the door. Looks like the red team is going to attempt a Lord push here. Titan, are you doing it as well? No, Titan's still standing on the point. They're not really contesting this. This may be the Rangers' opportunity to take this match and go into the third match of this best of 3. They're going right in for the Lord here. They've got the point advantage by about 20 points. They don't need the points anymore. They just need to kill the Lord before the other team can. And it looks like the other team's not even trying for it. They're taking the points. This is so all down to these thieves, or sorry, the Rangers getting in here and taking down Lord. If they get this, they win the game. Otherwise, they've thrown it away because all the points are going to the blue team here. Blue team's going to have that passive gain. They're going right in for the Lord right now. Here comes Professor Chops to try and contest this. The casters are still up. They'll be able to heal up the blue Lord a bit to keep him alive longer. If Professor Chops can get enough damage to get them off the Lord here, it may be enough. Shadow goes down. Mortel is down. Jin is very, very low. And Jin just barely outside there.
And the Lord is down.
Oh, they get
Rangers were actually able to bring that back, and we are going to be able to take it into a game 3.
512 points to 397. If they had just been able to stop the red team just a little sooner, then the blue team could have easily taken it away for a win. But the red team did manage to finish off the Lord, focusing it instead of trying to fight off the blue team. That gives Shadow Shooter 155 points for the leading score once again. Shadow Shooter doing so great at just being a dominant player in these matches. Miser Lord and Professor Chops both with 110 points for the blue team. And here we go in the third match of the best of 3. It's 1-1 as soon as they're ready to go once again. The winner of this match will be moving on to the finals, and I'm very excited to see how this turns out.
All right. Maybe this game, we are back to Battle of Kylo. This is 1-1 right now. The winner of this game will go on to the finals of the SOAC tournament. Hopefully we see a little more trebuchet control from the Warriors this game. Rangers did a fantastic job when they were on Kylo last. What do you think is going to happen in this game, Filibuster?
Well, the Warriors were very aggressive and completely ignored their tree bucket last time. And they managed to take the win rather convincingly. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes down. Not only is the matchup good for the Rangers on this map at absolutely lots of terrain to hide behind, lots of sniping positions, good such like that for them to work with, but they're coming just off a fresh comeback win, and that's going to put the psychological advantage in the favor of the Rangers. The Warriors may be a little stressed out here. They just won a match and then lost it. For sure, it was a close loss, but, I mean, having a team come back like that on you is a difficult thing to deal with psychologically, and that's going to give the Rangers the momentum and the upper foot in this match.
They definitely have the momentum, and a great thing about Kylo, the beast of the Warriors is Titan. He's going to sit midpoint. The Rangers actually do have a advantage on this map. If they can get the trebuchet control that they need, they can actually use that to take down Titan and to be able to take down that midpoint.
Absolutely. The trebuchet, or sorry, the tree bucket, as chat insists that I call it, is a very effective weapon against a big guy standing in the middle of an empty circle. So if Titan just sits around in the clock tower, he's going to be a sitting duck unless the Warriors can get aggressive on the trebuchet. We saw them make the play for it early, and if the Rangers can't defend their trebuchet, it's going to be really hard to capture that clock tower once again if Titan's sitting on it. Or we might see something change up from the Warriors. We saw them kind of abandon the middle point in that last game and go for the outer points, and I guess they were setting up for the Lord, but ended up not doing it and falling behind the Rangers in that situation. But they may opt to not really focus on the clock tower, and go for the mansion and windmill instead. Take out the enemy trebuchet, and when you have the outer points, kind of pinch inside onto that clock tower. It'd be interesting to see what they end up deciding to do.
Absolutely. Almost ready going into this game right here. I'm actually really excited to see Shadow Shooter again. Last game, he proved 6 runes that he could do a ton of damage. Titan was going down faster than normal when both him and Anthrasia were on him. Shadow Shooter, in my mind, he was actually the one that initiated that Lord Rush last game and almost concretely won them that game. So I'm excited to see Shadow Shooter. Another thing I want to point out is, if they do have trebuchet control, we're actually going to be able to see kind of a new skill level to Titan. One of the cool things about the dodge mechanic in this game is that when you're dodging, it makes you completely invincible. Well, this game, you see some of the really high-end players, like a Jean from Team Paradigm. he will be fighting people in mid while having his camera pointed to the sky, and he will manually dodge every single trebuchet blast that comes from that trebuchet. So maybe we'll see some dodge Titan in here. I would really be looking forward to seeing that.
Indeed, if he can avoid taking any of the damage from the trebuchet and the tree bucket, it will be fantastic for him in that midpoint. Again, that is pretty key for them being able to take out that midpoint. If they can catch him with the trebuchet shot, they'll get a big advantage to go back into that fight. But I mean, it really depends on how they end up playing this. They could try something completely different and not really bother with the trebuchets, or they could, just focus on the enemy trebuchet. They could go to the outer points, like I said, or just keep a very mobile setup going. So I'm very excited for this match to get started here. Shouldn't be too much longer. Looks like everyone's into the match. So hopefully we'll be getting into this final game of the best of 3. It is 1-1 Blue Team Warriors against the Red Team Rangers. And whoever takes this match will move on to the finals match, which is a best of 5. They'll be facing the winners from the Guardians Elementals game. Elementalists, rather, not elementals. They're not little fire demons. But, okay, we are about to go into this game. My name is Filibuster Fox, and I'm from Tower Dive TV. I'm joined today as my co-host with Android, and we are bringing you the final of this best-of-3 match in the semifinals against the Warriors and the Rangers.
And as this game starts, guys, if you could go ahead, shout in chat, which team would you like to see win this?
Okay, so we've got 2 Warriors going for the mansion, 1 going right to the clock tower, and either 2 going either to the clock tower or going to make their way up to the windmill. Looks like 1's going for the windmill, 2 going for the clock tower. Oh, right, no, wait, 3. Anyways, 3 Rangers to the clock tower, 1 to the windmill, and 1 to the trebuchet. Trebuchet completely ignored by the blue team here. Let's go ahead and look at what's happening in this mid lane. Titan, not surprisingly, right in the middle of the clock tower already, went right to it. And the wall is already knocked out by that trebuchet, and they're missing a little bit, but they're trying their best to get those shots in there.
And this is kind of what we're seeing. The Rangers actually have the treb control this game. Someone's just now going there, whereas the Warriors have been on the Rangers have been on the Warriors trebuchet since the start of the game.
Absolutely.
They're actually sending 3 to treb. Rangers do not want to lose this treb. They do need it to take out Titan.
Yes, they do. It would help a whole lot with breaking this, bunker style that Titan has, this infallible wall just to stay there in the middle and keep it from going. Each team has taken their individual points. The score is tied up almost exactly, but hey, Blue is coming up to a slight advantage here. And with 1 death down, Kensu Jin died in the middle point against Titan and Danny Kong. And here comes Le Chaton Mortel coming right in to try and fight these two himself with the help of Trebuchet. Parmesan Steak just sitting around in the background trying to help out just a little bit. Trebuchet is up and operational. Let's have a look. Anthrej is the one on the Trebuchet.
And there we do see Titan dodging. He didn't dodge that one, but the treb shot before, he was actually dodging it. So we are seeing this evasive Titan, this moving mountain that I was hoping to see this game.
And that's exactly what he needs to be doing to hold on to this point. Now they've got a 22-point lead. Unless the Rangers can really break the siege or backdoor and take the mansion from the blue team, Blue is going to have a nice starting lead here.
Rangers just really have this trebuchet control. Every time a warrior comes to try and take it from them, they send more Rangers back. They do not want to lose this. And they've actually just been killing every warrior that's come to the trebuchet. But the Warriors do have the point advantage right now. Titan's not scared of this trebuchet. He is dodging every single shot. So hopefully Rangers can keep it a little more in control and maybe get a second node. Maybe rush Mansion since that is undefended.
Unfortunately, they're spending too much time defending this trebuchet. Parmesan Steak manages to pick up the windmill. Here comes Mortel to try and force him off. Parmesan, of course, the kind of squishiest warrior on this team, mainly focusing on his bow use, is going to go ahead and back out there. Only temporary taking it away from the red team, but that's still a few points advantage and gives them a 70-point lead here. Red team's easily going to pick that back up, and the red team takes the mansion away from blue. Clock Tower still staunchly held by the Warriors here, but they really need to get into a situation here where they can retake the mansion or the windmill and keep that 2-to-1 point advantage. Sure, they're winning in kills. Their scores are fantastic. Well, Anthorich is actually winning in score there, but Shadow Shooter as well. Parmesan going for the trebuchet now. Anthorich trying to defend through the traps here. Parmesan Steak just walking back away. Rotted Ranger came to help. Parmesan is going to have a lot of trouble 2v1ing here. He's not designed for this sort of fight, really.
And those points actually kind of show up what Anthridge has been doing on the Trebuchet. He's been on it since the game started pretty much. And with the Trebuchet, whenever you land one hit of Trebuchet, you do gain 3 points for yourself. And if you're hitting multiple people, that does multiply. So these great shots in mid have actually led to his highest score of 87. He's the highest score in the game right now as personal glory score goes. So he is doing great hits on this Treb.
Unfortunately, that's leaving them in 4v5 fighting capability. Unless that Trebuchet strikes true, their team is at a great disadvantage, and that is why the Warriors are having the strong point control. I mean, they just lost all 3 of the points now, so my point is going moot immediately. But they've been having the strong point control because it's been 4 versus 5, except when they send people to the Trebuchet to try to fight it. But that Trebuchet really turning those mid-fights, and there goes the stomp on Kensu Jin. That's going to give Mansion back to the blue team. Very close Trebuchet bolt there. And now both Clock Tower and Mansion are contested. The Mansion should go over blue very shortly here. Oh, wait, no, there's a fight going down there. Mortel in the mid. Andrew's still doing that. Who is at that Kensu Jin again? A little hard to say. But we'll go back to Anthony defending the Trebuchet once again. Professor Chop just going right in at that Trebuchet. Anthony's trying to do as much damage as possible, but he's just ignoring him, killing the Trebuchet, delaying that. You may pick
Titan almost got this midpoint back, but LaShawn Mortel, this guy's crazy. He comes into 2v1, 2 Warriors, and he is able to keep this node uncontested.
And that is fantastically helpful for this team. They are catching up in the points. They're only 7 points behind from their much greater deficit of about 70 earlier. Miser Lord was killed taking out the Trebuchet, but the Trebuchet is down, and they've got to run that repair kit back to take it back, but they've taken the Clock Tower once again. He's going back into the favor of the blue team one more time. Kensu Jin going to try and recontest the Clock Tower here as the Mansion is being fought over. Shadow Shooter trying to fight at the Mansion there. Rotted Ranger, where you are in the mid here, trying to figure out who is down at the Mansion fighting that, but apparently it was Mortel, and Mortel is dead. So they're coming in on Titan now at the Clock Tower. Titan now 1-on-2.
2v1. He is not going down. Both teams are fighting so hard to stay in this game and progress to the finals of this this tournament. And they are both just putting their heart into the game and giving us a great game to watch right now.
This is definitely all on the line moment for these two teams. This is the way into the finals and the glory therein. And the Warriors are leading by about 30 points. They're holding staunchly onto this point. Kensu Jin was taken down. Titan is wounded and bleeding out, but are they going to be able to take him down at all, or will he get back into this fight? He's taking a lot of damage. Dini Kong trying his best to help out, but Shadow Shooter doing a lot of damage to keep him off of there. Dini Kong having to back away from that, lest he get taken down too. He's helping with Rotted Ranger in the point itself. Parmesan's taking a lot of trouble now. Now that Dini Kong is down.
And we do have the Ranger Treb back up. Anthridge just got the repair kit uncontested, and he is putting those shots back on mid. And he actually got a kill right there. That was fantastic.
So we saw while that Trebuchet was down, the Warriors got ahead, a lead of about 40 points. They've taken the windmill now. That's dangerous, and that's going to keep them ahead here. But now with the Trebuchet back up and winning these fights in the mid, oh, Titan goes down once again. And they've got a great chance to take the Clock Tower here. But they're behind a lot of points now, coming up to 300 points, only 200 to go. They seem to be going in waves of the Warriors killing the Trebuchet, getting way ahead, and then coming back when that Trebuchet is back up.
Absolutely. One more shot. Oh, and we did get Parmesan stick down. That Trebuchet just annihilating him with the damage from Rotted Ranger. Now that they have this midpoint, if the Rangers can get a side point, they can really use this momentum to get back into the game.
They're contesting both of the side points. They did not manage to take away the windmill, but they're definitely fighting chaos here. Or sorry, Professor Chop, sorry, Shadow Shooter doing his best to kite around and take down Chops. And it looks like Chops is in a lot of trouble here. He's down, and oh, down goes Shooter as well. They're just throwing rocks and stuff at each other. They're like, hey, I'm gonna die less fast than you, so I'm gonna get back up into this fight. And up goes Chops. He did win that, and down goes the stomp, and down goes Shooter, giving the windmill back to the blue team.
And he did just use his down skill, so he is going to go down in a couple seconds. Can he cap in time? It doesn't even look like he's going to try.
Alas, Chop's not quite able to take the windmill, but every point is uncontested, and the Warriors are winning with a lead of about 74 points here. They've retaken the Mansion, so they're going to continue gaining those points. The Rangers really need to get off the back foot here and get their momentum back once again. Retake center, retake windmill. There they go, taking windmill. They need to contest Mansion, continue to put the pressure on the Warriors if they're going to come back into this match.
And we do have this middle fight. Titan just getting demolished by that Trebuchet. If they can take him down, they will be able to hold this midpoint for a little bit longer, or recapture it, I should say, and really help to get those points. Get back in this game so they do not get knocked out of the tournament.
Titan's now fighting to survive. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Kenshu Jin kicks up the kill. Titan is dead. This is going to give an opportunity for the Rangers to take this midpoint. Parmesan stick and Meister Lord, almost called it Mario Kart for some reason there. Walking right in onto that middle point. Le Chateau Martel and Kenshu Jin doing a good job of defending. Meister Lord does die. 3 take the midpoint for the red team. They're up to 300 points to the 370 of the blue team. Blue's mansion is contested, and of course, the windmill also contested here. Danny Kong against a Rotted Ranger. Here comes Titan to secure the mansion with the help of Danny Kong. Meanwhile, up in the top, let's see Parmesan Steak running in a lot of trouble, but Professor Chops is there to help against Shadow Shooter. They're going to try and take this point from them. They've got the point, 2 points to 1. This point control has been huge for the Warriors team and is consistently giving them these advantages.
Oh, and Shadow Shooter just 2v1ing right now, able to take down Parmesan Sticks, almost gets Chops. Let's see what damage he can do. Well, Chops is trying to get this. Oh, he got the res.
Yeah, indeed, and they're in a lot of trouble now. Only 86 points for the blue team to take the win. 180 still for the red team to take. They have to recapture these points, and the middle point is contested now. Neither of the blue points are contested, and the blue is taking away mid. Oh, and it's just Titan all alone up there. Here comes LeSean Material to try and fight him off of that, but Mortel is not going to be able to do it alone. That Trebuchet needs to be involved and is being attacked by Miser Lord, it looks like, over there, engaging that Trebuchet, keeping it from being used. Titan just 1v1ing in the mid, no problem at all, but the point is contested. It's about 60 points left for the blue team to take the win. Red really needs to take over this point in order to fight this, but Mortel is going down, and there goes the stomp. Mortel is dead. Titan taking a lot of damage from the artillery that's coming in. Shadow Shooter trying to come in and contest this point here, try to get a 2-to-1 advantage, but they're in a lot of trouble if they can't neutralize all of blue points here pretty soon and stop giving kills to them so that they can get back into this match. There's only 40 points left. They're in the danger zone now.
And there we go. Those Treb shots almost getting Titan. He's so close to being down. If the Rangers can manage to cap all 3 points and get a couple kills, they could still win this.
Indeed they can. And here, Rotted Ranger is dead, but so is Titan. Professor Chops healing himself back up, but hey, 1 point still held by the blue team. They've got to take away this mansion if they're going to have a chance here. Danny Kong is defending it. Here comes Mortel to fight that, but Professor Chops is not far off. If they can hold on to this point, blue team can take this for the win if they hold onto it long enough, but it goes neutral, and we'll see if they can actually keep it long enough. The gap is closing. Only 104 points to go for the red team to catch up, but that's still a very long ways when the blue team only needs 15 to win, and they got chased off the points. Mortel is almost stomped. Here we go, and the stomp on Mortel. There it is.
Oh,
down he
so
goes.
Close.
Rotted Ranger coming to take over, but it's 4 versus 5 now. Only 5 points left to go, and this looks like it's going to be a win for the Warriors here shortly. 3 points. 2 points. 1 point left to go, and the win!
We got it! Warriors are progressing into the finals of the SOAC gaming tournament, and Rangers, we have them actually heading to the next game of the consolidation match.
There goes 500 points to 409 for the blue team. The Warriors taking the win, 195 points on Danny Kong, actually taking the high score. Hasn't been showing up there. He's been pretty close to high, but it's the first time we've seen him on the top of the score for his team. Anthony Stormrider, of course, on the Trebuchet, dominating everyone's points. But that's going to be the Warriors moving on, and we'll get the coaches in here for a post-game analysis here very shortly.
Adding them to the call right now.
Fantastic. I will switch over to chat. Chat, if you have any questions for the coaches, please throw them in there, and we will do what we can to continue on. Now, remember, once this chat is done, we'll all be going over to the other stream to watch the third place match, the consolidation matches, and then we will come right back to this channel for the best of 5 finals between the Warriors and perhaps the winners of the other game, which I haven't found out yet if what team won that. Do you know yet?
I don't think that game is over yet. Let's take a look, see if it's still going on.
Oh, wait,
Does anyone know in chat? Guardians won. So my dreams came true. We are going to be seeing the Guardian Warrior finals. I cannot wait to watch these games.
And that means the third place match is going to be between the Elementalists and the Rangers. Be sure to tune into that right after this analysis of the previous match. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome back to the call. How do you guys feel right after that?
Oh man.
You know, my team, they're feeling a little cheated. They didn't like that DC. They feel like they would have had it if we were 5v5 that whole match. But, you know, it was a good game. And, you know, we kept our trev up most of the time, which was our core part of our strategy. And we were definitely throwing Titan around, which was good to see.
Absolutely, that was fantastic. Anthridge was just destroying people on that trebuchet. He was landing those shots. He was getting that treb repaired, and people just could not get him off him. Near the beginning of the game, people would come and help him when someone would come, and he would they would kill him. They would just kept killing him. So yeah, that treb control was amazing. What do you think, besides, you know, I guess there was a DC on the Ranger side, very unfortunate. He was able to get back in the game later, right, Nick?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but did, you know, hurt them a lot in the middle of the game. What do you think, besides that DC, your team would have done a little better to be able to hold that game?
Well, typical Rangers don't run power builds, so it was a little strange for some of those guys. There are a lot of tips and tricks you can do with the great sword and the longbow that I know. I told what's his name? I call him Kittens. Le Charton, our great sword beastmaster with longbow. He was at mid, pretty tanky most of the game. I told him that you can point blank shot people out of the windows, and he was having a fun time with that. I just think in the end we just kind of got a little bit out-rotated. Warrior Vengeance and War Banners kind of helped him out in the end. Sad thing was watching, I was telling them, when you down a Ranger, you got to stand behind the pet and get the stomp, and not a lot of guys did that, and they ended up getting killed by Vengeance in the end.
Absolutely. Hey, K-Pop, what did you think about that game? We actually saw, I want to call him Diddy Kong. Because I do not have his name. Dini Kong. He actually did so much work that game. What do you think about that? Like, he's kind of running the roaming 100 blades, right?
Dini Kong is our second bunker with the banner spec.
So he was, yeah, in my mind, mini Titan actually, trying to follow Titan, but no, he did fantastic that game.
That was a hard fought match. We were just discussing a little bit. We were in the trenches on that one, and it's very unfortunate that they had that DC because I think they may have just run away with it at that point. They had the 3 cap, and then one of my guys goes, "They have 4 people," and all of our guys kind of stopped for a second, and it was like, "Get back to the game, get back to the game," and then they focused up, and we could not take that treb down to save our lives. I know I sent 2 to the treb. Steamrolled. So what I started doing, and I'm sure you guys noticed this, was I was sending one guy to the treb and just having him run 100 blades of treb. Don't even attack the Ranger, just 100 blades suicide the treb. That worked for us 2 times. We were able to get some key dodges off, like Titan in the mid, and just overall the roaming. I don't know how we pulled it, but we pulled it out.
That was fantastic. It actually looks like we're going to be going straight into the finals here. We're not going to be taking a break. Are you guys ready to fight the Guardians?
I think actually our Parmesan cheese might have dropped our longbow warrior. I'm getting word from my team here that we're short a guy. But, you know, we are looking if there are any longbow warriors out there on the stream who want to jump in. We can give you the spec and we can go with that.
Any Warriors watching want to help K-Pop's Warrior team maybe take this game into the finals, win some gold at the same time?
Just send...
H-Man, no, unfortunately we're not going to have H-Man come and destroy everyone.
We'll take H-Man.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, we'll sub in H-Man. Do this one out real quick, right?
Absolutely. Let's see if we can find someone.
I just want to say the Rangers, you guys played a hard-fought game there. That was taking us to the third round, giving us our first loss of the tournament. We were a little shaken there on 4-5.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how it would work out playing full, almost all Power Rangers. I just figured, you know what? We're better warriors than they are in the end, so let's go full melee.
And the mobility from melee rangers is actually pretty insane. You see them just flipping around, and it's actually really cool. The melee rangers actually have the coolest animations, in my opinion, in the whole game. So I love watching those.
So we're going to continue talking for a bit while the Guardians finish up their post-game interview on the other channel to wrap up that semifinal. Then they'll come over here. We'll have a pre-game interview with the two coaches of the Warriors and the Guardians, and they go right into the finals match as soon as we get everything sorted out. Any luck on finding a replacement Warrior for your Parmesan cheese?
Yeah, I got a PM in the game. Looks like we got someone to go. We're going to set the build up and see if we can get some quick synergy going.
Awesome.
There we go. Awesome. Thanks a lot. We got new warrior, maybe MVP coming up. We have no idea what to expect right now.
Can I get one last shout out in here?
Absolutely.
I just want to say that if it goes to 5, we might run some Jonathan Sharp 5 signet sword warriors. So be on the lookout for that quadruple sword.
Jonathan Sharp, if you're watching this, I really hope you are. That one's for you.
Alrighty then.
Still believing in Carl.
You too, Carl.
I just wish I had the Thieves match so someone could have gone double pistols for me.
Unfortunately, maybe next time. Next month, SOAC filibuster demands the cast of the Thieves, and we'll just have Voss. Voss will switch to Thieves. He's gonna play double pistol just for you.
Yay!
As long as you comment on his tree bucket killing skills, I'm sure he'll do that.
All right, so.